Alright, just woke up and it's like noon, so yay, it's a win for us resellers. But we're gonna take the car into the dealership because it needs to have an arm pad replaced, and let's see if they do that, and maybe a little bit of a fluid check type thing in the rear. But not sure if we're gonna get that done or not, but we'll just get the arm pad replaced under warranty, because warranties are nice. But as you can see, you're probably thinking that we're crazy as we parked the truck up on the yard last night because we got in at like 4 a.m. and these two guys were sitting in the parking lot. But car's still here. That's a plus. We got the old C4, but we're on lunch till 1, and so I guess we're gonna be hanging out till then. We didn't get a ride here, so we didn't know how long it's gonna take. But if it's only like an hour, we'll go ahead and wait. All right, so we're here just browsing some of the Camaros. We're gonna take a ZL1 out for a test drive or something. Excuse me, just because. And they don't have one though. Corvettes way over there, still sitting on the side. We probably should have planned this out a little bit better. Maybe took another vehicle or called somebody or asked them if we can get a ride or something, because like I said, we gotta wait an hour just for them to come back from lunch, and who knows how long after that. We're not too far from the house, but I mean, these cars are like filthy. I mean, I don't know how dealerships usually kind of run, but it's to me it seemed like, it's a lovely day. I know it's I said it was Monday. I don't think I said Monday on the blog, or I said Monday earlier because it feels like a Monday because we just got back home, but it's actually Wednesday. But all these cars are filthy, in that Grand Sport over there has like spider webs on it. It's a 2018, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. You think they would clean these up a little bit better. As you can see, there's a lot of bird stuff on that one, and some people are really peculiar about their paint, and I realize, you might not know that there was stuff on your paint, but if you see it right in front of you, like, they're not even like getting it off, so it doesn't like etch the paint or anything. And even this, there are one or two Corvettes over here, as you can see, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of filthy, but hey, maybe the guy didn't show up, or their detail guy, or maybe they're bogged down. But when we took the Corvette in, we made this pseudo appointment. We didn't really think it was an appointment, but we knew that they wanted to order the part and get the part in. We wanted some things checked, but they never said, "Hey, you got an appointment at this time, come bring it in." But they asked us if we had an appointment. We're like, "Well, no." We just said no one came in. He said, "Well, we're booked out till like a week and a half." And it's like, oh, so you're that busy, even though they don't seem that busy. But turns out we did have an appointment. But that's one of those weird things where it's like, they're booked out for a week and a half. They're so busy, but they have their cars all filthy sitting out in their lot. So I don't know. I'm just kind of going on a rant here. I'm thinking nowadays you should have a little bit better, customer service, and you have to get one step above your competition when you're a car dealer, in my mind. But I realize car dealers, they kind of don't really have too much competition just by the way it works. But yeah, just a little rant. All right, so everything's good to go. There's just a little bit of not like seepage, I guess, but it's just like a little bit of grime on the rear differential pump, but it's just kind of normal as long as it doesn't get any worse. And we still have free oil changes, because you buy Corvettes, get free oil changes. But since we weren't the first owner, well, they're still on there with the bin, so we'll see how many of those we got, but should be done here soon. All right, so our battery replaced. It's almost like a different shade of leather than the rest of it because it's so new. But I still got 3 oil changes remaining. Must be that previous owner never took it in for an oil change, so still got 3 free oil changes. But we'll head back and see what Amazon's going on. Probably have to stop and get boxes maybe first, since we're already out and down here. Get something to eat, and I believe the truck's currently being unloaded as we speak. All right, well, I thought we'd go to Lowe's. We like using these heavy-duty boxes because they're double-walled, and you're shipping, 50-pound boxes. And there's a lot of, like, each individual loose items you kind of stuff in there to pack. So you want a 50-pound box with a bunch of stuff in it, somewhat sturdy. And these are a lot sturdy, because those thin-wall ones are, no, they're just not good. But the selections is one of those, like, he was like, "Hey John, go restock those boxes in the back," and comes with the skins, just like throws it in there and be like, "All right, restock the boxes." But they also only have 4. I think we have 3 or 4 at the house. as you know, we have quite a bit of stuff at the house. I'm not sure if that'll be enough or not, but I mean, we do live right by a Walmart. Walmart around us don't sell the heavy duties no more. And plus these are nice too, because they're instead of being 24 tall, they're only 18 tall but 24 wide. So you don't have to, like, you know, reach over and dig like instead of it being like a big tall pit, it's like a big wider one, so it's a lot easier to pick stuff out of. And this is the time that takes a lot of time too, which obviously when you don't wake up till noon, it's you get a later start of the day when you got the whole 7 o'clock. But we still got till 7. I think it's only, was it 3? I think it was only 3 or 4. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get my phone out of my pocket. You can't see fidgeting. 3. So it was 3:10. But you know, we didn't think the dealership would take too long because we were just gonna drop in and get that armrest changed as a fluid check. But it ended up taking, you know, about 2 hours, and now you kind of stop to get boxes. They only have 4, and then they got to try to look and find them and go get a forklift to get them down, because he says it shows they got a bunch, but the only 2 pallets that have is there. And so I looked around and tried to find more, but couldn't find them. So this is the kind of hidden time you got when you think like, oh, I got plenty of time, but once 2 hours turns into 3, 3 hours turns into 4, and then it's like you're struggling to get the shipment out. But I think we'll be all right. At least we'll get some stuff out today, I believe. We don't get it all. All right, so we went with just the 4 heavy duty and the 3 non. I mean, he came back and said that they're over in plumbing for some reason. He could go get them down in be like 5 minutes, but we're not really on a time crunch, but we're kind of a little bit on time crunch because they still want to get some of the stuff out. And so they said, don't worry about, you know, making it a priority. So just go ahead. We'll come back later sometime. And he's like, all right, we'll get it down on the floor for you. So it all works out that way when you're nice. All right, so 2 days in a row Panda Express. Yesterday we ate it. I don't think I videotaped it, but before we left Tennessee, today we're getting it too, because that teriyaki chicken's delicious. All right, I might not be able to hear it because of the fan, but you can see so far 5,000 profit with 4,100 buy cost. Ranked 7,100, but that's pretty much including everything. As you can see, there's still a few things. Still things crowded around we didn't get in because of the whole late start type of deal, but hopefully we can get the rest of this stuff boxed. Which we will, because they close at 7 and it's only like 5:40. 5:52, so we got about 30-40 minutes to get the stuff boxed in and down the street. Alright, so those are gone. I didn't videotape the boxes. I think there was 9, 10, there was 11 boxes because we're running so late. We actually got there like 6:53 and they stopped at 7, but we had a cool UPS guy that still was like, oh, that's cool, that's all right, you know, bring her on in. Should probably get him like another gift card or bring him something just to show we appreciate them. But we still didn't get everything out. I think there's some stuff there, but that's all right. We'll get it a little bit later. But now, after like 6 hours of sleep and driving all the way home and packing it out here in the garage, it's not exactly cool because it is like, you know, in the 90s here in Indiana, and then in this garage, it gets pretty freaking hot. So pretty tired. We'll figure out what else we're going to do. This might be the end of the video, might not be, but I'm going to go ahead and take that guy in there. We'll send some air conditioning and edit the next video. All right, so here's the other boxes that we shipped. I've seen there was one of those comments on one of the videos before about shipping, but as you can see, this is the second shipment of the inventory lab. I didn't videotape much yesterday because we had the 2 boxes out, and our parents came over and we went out to eat and hit up a couple Goodwills that you didn't get to see. We didn't really find nothing too great, but this is the second shipment. It's the next day, so it's the second shipment of that trip. You see in the first one, I don't even remember what it was, like 3,000-4,000 profit probably. And this one was only, oh, there it is. I got the close. I've already closed it, obviously. But profit was only 800 and the buy cost was 700. So that was 62,000 rank. There's only 75 items, so you know, it's not amazing. Not amazing, but from yesterday and today combined, that's pretty much what we got profit from the Texas trip. And the whole trip, I think, only cost us about, I don't even remember, how much was it? Like 1,200 or something?
15 max.
15. Well, let's do 1,500. Say just off the top of our head, the trip cost about 1,500. So as you can see, you know, we made 4 or 5 grand. You know, potentially made 4 or 5 grand. So trip was more than well paid for, and he made a little bit on the side to keep it rolling. But I just printed off 2 boxes, and as you can see, those 2 boxes, it's 51 pounds. So it only ended up being $13, and that was. What is that, like 20, I don't know, I think it was like 26 cents. I don't know that off the top of my head. I just know because I did it on my phone earlier. But it was like 26 cents a pound. So, you know, if you pick up something in your hand and it weighs nothing, you know, it's only going to cost you a couple cents to ship it. So you really don't have to worry too much about Amazon inbound shipping costs, unless you're getting stuff that's like 10 pounds a piece. Then you can figure it out. But it still ends up being worth it, because I think last year we sold some kayaks, kayaks that was in, huge boxes. I think it would actually be like 26 inches tall or something like that, or 28 or something. We sent them in separate boxes. But, in a kayak that weighed probably like 20, 25 pounds, just maybe even a little bit more, I don't really remember. But it still ended up being worth it, because it was only like, $20 to ship it or something. You still had over $100 in profit. So usually you don't have to worry too much about the inbound shipping. I mean, obviously as you do it more and more, you kind of get a feel for it. But I don't want to say totally ignore it. But there hasn't been very many, if at all, any instances where inbound shipping's, come into our thought process since we've been doing this over a year and a half. So just gotta do a few shipments, learn it out, and you'll understand and be like, oh, inbound shipping's nothing. All right, so now that the Amazon's been shipped out, just ate some food, and it's the second shipment, and chilled and watched some YouTube videos, and now we're probably gonna wash the cars. We've been gone for like a week. I went to Ohio, or I went to Michigan, Ohio, then we was at Texas for a week, and the car just kind of sat here because no one else drove it, so it just sat here. As you can see, all this, all these bug spots and stuff was that was all still on here from before, because there was like big locust storms, and there's a bunch of locusts, but there's a bridge over here in Elkhart where they just like go through, and it's pretty much blocks out the light, not all the light, but just a little bit of the light. And drove through one of those. So that's just a bunch of like caked on bugs that's been on there for like a week. We don't have any like bug and tar stuff or anything. I don't know if I'll wash the truck, but at least get the car washed. But I don't think you have any bug and tar stuff. So it'll probably be kind of hard to get it off now. But that's our power washer. As you know about power washers, know it's the Costco special. I think it's like 170, I think it is. So it's actually pretty cheap for a power washer for a good one, because it's like whatever it says on it, like a 3100 psi, 2.4 gallons a minute. Usually ones that are like that are a lot more money, plus it has the electric start on it, so like, it was like 60-70 bucks cheaper than what they normally are. And yeah, it works pretty good. But I guess we'll tune into our daily segment of us washing our cars. And I'm just kidding, it ain't gonna be a daily segment, but gonna give her a wash and just videotape it, because why not? And I don't think it's gonna rain, but you can see you can see the difference. That side's dark, that side's light, but it's not really too bad. But it's only like 5 o'clock, and it's not super sunny like usually it's sunny. It's just a little bit of cloudy, but it's alright if it rains anyways. Like I said, this is just gonna be to get a majority of it clean. If it rains, it gets a little bit more dirty, that's alright too. I can see it always park it into a tree, so it never stays clean for too many days because of stuff that falls off the tree and stuff. But yeah, and you've probably seen in the background is our little car dealership shelf. They took one of our shelves we were using for our boxes that was on the other wall, but try to use one of these little foam cannon things. Even I don't know if it helps or not, but it looks cool, I guess. As I just turned the hose on after I plugged it in, I was like, what in the world? Why is it leaking all that water out of there? We see it's coming out of the hose, because that's usually hooked up to that end of the handle, and we've never unhooked it before. It must be they unhooked it. But I heard water and I was like, what is it leaking for? Because that power washer's not very old. We just bought it like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. But we haven't had it for longer than the week, because we let our parents borrow it to power wash their camper, and we just never went and got it back. So yeah, let's hope it still works after I hook the handle up. Alright, so as you can see, there is no car washing footage. I totally spaced out. I think I might actually have another clip where I talk about it for tomorrow's or next day's video. But totally, the neighbor came over and started talking, and I totally spaced out and didn't even film the car wash. I put up all that, I built up all the hype for the car wash, and I totally forgot to film it. No idea what happened there. But that was the inventory lab and all the profit from the Texas trip, minus the some of the Goodwill stuff, because obviously I don't go in inventory lab. But so we made whatever that was, like $6,000 in profit. So I'll pay for the trip, paid for everything, paid for that speeding ticket and all that stuff. But that's the last of the stuff from Texas on the day after. Like I said, that was like 10 days ago. But as of right now, we have in plans to make a video with our previous guests that we never got around to making a video with before we left to Texas. So supposed to be meeting tomorrow. I don't know when. He said he's going to be heading to the location, which is, I think it's going to be like thrifting and stuff. Not going to be too much RA, but about 8 or 9 o'clock. So we'll probably get up in the morning, start driving that way. But I'll make sure I get the videotape at this time, and maybe it'll actually work out. But I didn't really end that video, and I thought I should come on here and say, oh, there's no car wash. But stay tuned. I'll try to get back up on these videos again. I know there's one more video after this one that's going to come out before we get into this video here with our special guest tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.